Abraham Maslow has this incredible quote. He says, when the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem resembles a nail. So I've been very privileged, post-car accident, to travel around the world and go to ashrams and sit with really, really smart people. And I've aggregated a set of tools. And I know the ones that work for me, and I don't proselytize. What I do is I share tools. And I say, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Why don't you try surfing? I've never surfed in my life. I'll send people to surfing lessons, but I know the things that resonate with me and make me happy, and I love sharing them with the people I love. But when students or patients come in, I have to meet them where they're at, and I'm kind of proud of that in some weird way, because I don't, you go to these meditation classes and people are inflicting types of meditation, and as I said, there's 7 billion people on the planet. Everybody has to find what works for them, and we should realize that that's a privilege. Because we're not worried about, am I going to live through the rest of today? That's an amazing privilege. Most human beings that walk the face of the earth never reach the age of 40. So every day that I wake up at 53, I'm like, oh, this is gravy, man, or this is great. I'll tell you, it's so funny to me, gratitude. When I was 40 years old, I bought a Vespa. And there's a whole psychological story about this, because my parents forbade me to have one because of someone else in the family had gotten killed when we were quite young, right? But when I was 40, and again, I wanted to reparent myself, right? So I bought, and it's kind of like what I said before, like I started boxing lessons last week, but that novelty, and I learned how to ride a motorcycle. I got my motorcycle license, all these things. And in Santa Monica, there's these manicured streets with palm trees, which are not indigenous to California, but there's these beautifully, like Paris is the intentional city laid out by Haussmann, and everything is like perfectly structured. You can see from one end to the other and through this monument and that tower. It's amazing. Santa Monica, it's so beautiful. I don't even know if the people who live here realize that there's trees of pine street, there's streets of pine trees, there's streets of palm trees and whatnot. So for me, when I coming here, riding my Vespa down these beautiful streets, I'm just like, this is amazing. This is amazing that I get to do this. I could have been killed 33 years ago. I could be killed yesterday. I could be killed this afternoon. Just me with my face and the wind coming across it and just looking at this beautiful thing in the blue sky. It's a miracle.